This right here has been my best friend for the last, like, I want to say, when I get this. I got this when I was about 16, 17. Last 3, 4 years, this has been my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Just open this bitch up. Like, I done wrote a whole lot of stuff in this shit. Whole lot. Like, I ain't gonna lie. And, I still have to write in it right today. Now, I don't write in my journal every day. You feel me? Because, frankly, sometimes a nigga just be too busy to just write. Even though that's really a me problem. You feel me? Like, the more I could journal and not overthink and get my thoughts down on paper, the more clear-headed, the more at peace I am just being myself. You know what I'm saying? At this point in my life, first of all praises to the Most High. I've been good, I've been healthy. I've been hitting the gym. I've been working, making my money. You feel me? Been eating good. But right now I'm also in a period of like conscious isolation, and conscious isolation is pretty much like, there's like normal isolation where you just aren't around people and you just are in solitude. But conscious isolation is like I'm choosing not to be around people just for my own self, my own self-improvement, you know, like especially this, it's we going towards the end of 2025, I started the year in isolation for about 4 months, and then once the warm weather started to roll around, we're human, we naturally social. And so, you know, I was socializing, I was on social media, I was hitting events, I was, doing the enough social interaction to where, I'm good, you know. But right now, at this point in my life, like this journal and my job and this homework has been like them my best friends right now for sure. The point of this video is pretty much just telling y'all to save yourself, save yourself. And that sounds very corny, very cliche to say save yourself, right? But, we allow ourselves to get caught in toxic friendships and toxic friend groups, and we allow ourselves to be influenced by people to a point where it's like you damn near stop wanting better for yourself. You damn near like would rather shrink yourself and rather just let yourself be dumbed down instead of fulfilling your full potential. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fulfilling the God-given potential that you have within, that we all have within, Now, I don't know about y'all, and I don't want to consider this video like a self-talk, self-improvement video, because I'm self-improving by the day, by the second, not by the second, but like by the day. I'm self-improving by the day, right? And I know that self-improvement won't stop until the day that I die. If I'm not improving my relationship with God, then I'm improving my body. If I ain't improving my body, like my physical health, then I'm improving my financial health, And pretty much all these self-talk videos, these self-help videos about, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, it's not a matter of having to do anything, like we all have free will. God gave us free will to do whatever it is that we want to do, right? Now it's up to us to use that free will to our advantage, use it wisely, right? Because along with free will, we have a very finite amount of time. You know what I'm saying? We don't get any younger as the days passes by. Like yesterday, you were younger than you are today. You know what I'm saying? So like tomorrow, you're gonna be older than you were today. So time is constantly moving. Like it's constantly moving. Like as much time as people say we have as being young adults, whether we like in our early mid 20s or whatever, early 30s even, like people consider that being hella time to do things, and to to achieve things and to lock in with something so that you could be an asset pretty much, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like we really get caught in that mindset of thinking like, okay, we have all this time so we could fuck around, we could party, we could waste time just doing shit that won't even matter. You know what I'm saying? The day after we done doing whatever we did. As somebody who once was indulging in superficial things, whether that be superficial friendships, relationships, going to parties, just being around environments that kept me in a box rather than elevated me. Like, you don't realize how much time you really waste until you start to like truly self improve and to you truly start to see progress in your self improvement. Like you don't really see how much time and energy and effort that you could have put into something that was more like that would have been more beneficial for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see that in the moment, but then once something clicks and you just like, all right, it's time for me to just lock in and do this, you realize that you could have been locked in. You could have been on some, like you could have been in that mode. Like real talk. Now, I ain't saying don't have fun. I ain't saying don't have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not something I ever say to nobody, you know. Now, me personally, like I feel like I'm just a very simple man. It doesn't take much for me to have fun, you know. Now, I can have fun in really small ways for real, whether I go on like a little road trip, whether I go shopping, cop me some clothes, whether I'm playing a game. I've been playing a lot of Skate 4 lately, bro. Shit fun as fuck. Skate 4. Like just allowing myself to have enough fun to where it's not like I'm constantly indulged in wanting to be better, whether it's doing homework, whether it's work, you know, whether it's praying and getting like strengthening my relationship with God. Like it's not constant work, 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 work. It's really more of a balance, like I'm not gonna ever tell niggas to fully indulge themselves into their work, depending on the season of your life that you're in. Sometimes whatever season you're in, it kind of just calls for you to be really locked in, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm low key in one of those seasons right now. Like since I want to say since the fall semester, has started, like I've been in a season of just like, making sure that business is running smooth, making sure that I'm maintaining good grades. Right now, I got all A's in my classes. I think, what I'm saying? Clap it up for y'all, nigga. If no one's clapping, I clap for myself. You feel me? Bro. But right now I'm just in a season of just like, I don't really have too much people in my circle. I maybe have one friend. Like I have one friend that I hoop with every weekend. And even that nigga, I don't speak to him throughout the week until it hits the weekend. So it's like, that's part of just like that point I made about conscious isolation, because at this point in my life, I could not see myself like wasting my time dilly-dallying or wasting my time, period. like just wasting my time. Like I couldn't see myself doing that, you know. And I'm just speaking for me, you know, like time. I know that time is of the essence, you know. It doesn't matter if I'm only 20 years old. Like I could blink one day and I'll probably be 30. Like all these older niggas, like they be like, oh my God, like where'd the time go? They be in their mid-30s. They be like, man, I remember being your age like it was yesterday or whatever, you know? And it's like, don't y'all think it'd probably be the same way for us? Like we gonna look back one day when we a little older and we just gonna be like, damn, when I was this young, I wish I would have got into this. I wish I would have been more focused on that, you know? And it's like, you know, part of me is really talking to myself too, because this YouTube shit, I ain't really been like consistent for real. And I don't want to make the excuse of, oh, I'm busy, this, that. Like I say, everything come with a balance. Yeah, we're just trying to maintain that balance. Like I'm trying to maintain my good grades, maintain my work, and maintain YouTube. You feel me? Like my last video, that shit was cool. It was fun. It was kind of fun to make. I ain't gonna lie. Like it was fun to make, but honestly, the entertainment route, that ain't. I don't even think that's the type of content that I even want to like make on my channel. Like I want to speak to the youth, bro. Like I want to speak to people who might be even a little younger than me, like 15, 16, 17, like, and like really tell, like let y'all know that nigga, is the time is now. Like every day that you wake up and you let pass you by, that's another day that you could have been locked in on some shit that could set you up by the time you hit 20, 21, 22. Like you ain't gonna have to work hella hours. You ain't gonna have to worry about balancing work, school, social. Like you could just, if you lock in right now, like say you 15, 16, if you lock in right now, like whatever it is, like you could be at a very good point in your life to where it's like, all right, I'm glad I locked in at this point because now I'm coasting through life now, you know? Or I'm glad I locked in and got the feeling of knowing what it means to be locked in so that in my future, like I ain't gonna have to worry about going through a phase where I'm just wasting time partying and being around people that really don't give a fuck about me. Like I'm already know what it is. Like, you feel me? That's what I wanna promote on this page. Like just self-betterment, you know? Now that said, you know, you can't save nobody that don't want to be saved, you know? That's why I even titled this video, Save Yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't expect to help a person who doesn't want to help theyself. You feel me? And that's probably why I really stopped making these type of videos. Like, I don't know, if y'all go back on my channel a little bit, I was making videos like this where I'm trying to spit the real, you know, I'm trying to talk real shit. Because this some shit that people don't give a fuck about. Like, realistically, people don't want to constantly hear like, oh, lock in, oh, do this, oh, do that, so that your life could be 10 times better than it is now. Like, people don't want to hear that. People want to hear about drama. People want to hear about negativity. People want to hear what they want to hear, you know? But like, I want to be the type of nigga who tells people what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear, you know? Like, I don't never, because I've dealt with enablers, you know? I don't want nobody to have to deal with enablers and then have to kind of reap what they sowed, you know? Like, you know, like, that's all it is. Like, yeah, honestly, a nigga can only say so much, you know? That's why I like to make the excuse of like, all right, let me make this video for myself, because you know, it be times where I look back on my videos and look back at past messages I might have made, you know what I'm saying? And those messages might be able to help me, or not even might, like they be helping me throughout my future. Like they help me be like, all right, or even remember. Like sometimes I might even forget some, and I gotta like literally have a reminder of like, all right, this is how you go about this. This is how you handle this. You know, like that's the type of vibe I'm trying to go for, bro. Like, yeah, fuck all the entertainment shit. That shit it's all a distraction, bro. It's all a distraction. Like, if niggas want to keep being distracted, like, allow yourself to be distracted. You know, it's my shadow work journal. I'll be going through this too. It's been a minute since I've written in this, but it's almost done. I've been working on like integrating my shadow, because a lot of the shit that people like to distract themselves with, and a lot of the shit that people like the excuses people try to make, it all just stems from shadows. You know, it stems from, you know, overlooking a part of yourself to where you unconsciously like you unconsciously feed into that part of yourself instead of integrating it and recognizing it and maintaining it. You know what I'm saying? Managing it. You know, whether that come to lust, you know, like different desires, like, you know, anything. Like it's all a shadow, you know. People, everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but like people be going through shit as they grow up, as they become adults. People go through shit that they don't deal with, and when you don't deal with certain shit, that shit starts to run rampant in your life, and you damn near don't even realize it until you look back and you're like, damn, all this time, all this effort, all this money went into the fact that this happened as a child, and I ain't want to feel like this again, or I ain't want to let that happen again, or I ain't want to, you know what I'm saying? Whether you was clowned, you know, whether hoes wasn't fucking with you, whether girls weren't liking you, you know, um, you got in a lot of fights, you know, something happened to you as a kid that you don't feel comfortable speaking about, like, or shit, even if you done did some shit that you don't even want to speak about, like, you feel me? That's all a part of integrating your shadow and dealing with those parts of yourself so that you could genuinely, like, you genuinely you just working. It's all about self-improvement at the end of the day. Like, it's all about self-improvement. And the fact that you could, like, or at some point, if you could fucking look at a part of yourself and not shame it, not hide it, but embrace it, acknowledge it, and integrate it, and know that you could be better, or know that that's not who you have to be anymore. Like, that's great. That's literally the first step, like, to self-improvement. But, you know, we'll get into that more in future videos and shit. Right now, the whole point of this video is to just encourage everybody to save themselves, right? Like, the state that this world is in, you know, this age of filth and everything that's on the internet, and the shit that people promote, and the shit that people deem cool or deem like acceptable, it's all degeneracy, bro. Like, it's all degeneracy. Like, you got young kids smoking, you know what I'm saying? Young kids, you know, indulging in secular music to the point where it's like you grow up and you become lustful, you become a negative person, you become a person who wants to try and hurt people, and you want to try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just, it all, it, it all stems from just how degenerate this generation has become. Do you feel me? Like, real talk. Now, do I think that we as a society could definitely take the step forward into making this place, like, the world a better place? I'm just an optimist, so I think, yeah. I think if enough people decided, like, okay, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to, like, I want to feel good. I want to know what it feels like to be pure again. Like, you know, impurity and purity, those are just states of being. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be impure forever. You could strive for purity. You can strive for God to make you pure again, you know? And even as if you a person who don't believe in God, like, you can live a godly lifestyle. You know, like, you can live righteously. You feel me? Because you're not even inherently believing in God, but the way you move, the way you handle yourself and carry yourself, like, that all play a part, yo. The way what your intentions are, like, that all play a part as to the type of person that you could become at the end of the day. You feel me? But like I say, you gotta want to save yourself first. You know, like, a person could only say so much before you truly, like, take the time to internalize and get what they're trying to get across to you, bro. Like, that's all. That's all. Um, but I think this is gonna be the end of the video. I'm gonna record literally another one right now. Like, I ain't even done talking, but I don't want this video to be too long for y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.